you're here with Down to Earth Real Estate. Okay, I really want to talk about a very vital first step, and that is picking your real estate squad. Really cannot emphasize enough how important it is to surround yourself with people that you really like, that like you back. That's kind of key. And then also people that you trust. So today, we're going to go over how we get your real estate squad. We're going to go over buyers first, then my sellers, and then at the very end of the video, I'm going to give you my top 3 attributes that I'm looking for in a client. Okay, all my buyers out there, where are you at? I know you're out there. Now, I know you're probably stuck on a consumer website going, oh my gosh, this house is amazing, or man, I can't afford this. Okay, number 1 step for buyers is decide. Make a decision. Are you serious? Do you really want to buy? Making that decision now and really putting your best step towards it is going to be one of the first things that you do. And you really need to do before you start getting too many people involved. Now, let's say you've decided, yes, oh my gosh, Kat, I do want to buy a house. I'm ready. Let's do this. Okay, great. Now, my first recommendation is to find a realtor. Now, if you're talking to me, that's great. But you do need to maybe interview a couple of realtors. I'm all about that. Be a knowledgeable consumer. Be a knowledgeable consumer and know what realtors are out there, what they would give to you. Most of us do mostly the same thing, but personalities do tend to get in the way every now and then. And so when I say find a realtor, I mean go out, let's make a few phone calls, don't email, don't text. Make the phone calls and get to know this person. You know, are they going to communicate with you on a regular basis? Are they following up with you? Do you guys have a few things in common? I think that's really important when you're looking, because your realtor is really going to be there from the start to the very end. So kind of have to like that person. And I think it's also good to leave a good impression with that person too. Number 2, you're thinking, oh my gosh, I found a realtor. Great. Let's go see some houses. Whoa, slow that roll on down. Okay, we need to make sure that we have a lender in place and somebody that you know, you trust, you like. Maybe it's somebody that I like and I trust, and you trust me, and you let me refer you somebody. Having a lender, having a pre-qualification, talking about finances, talking about the real cost of buying is a very important step before you go any further in your search. We need to know really what your cap is. And when I mean cap, I mean what's your most that you want to spend. Sometimes that cap is up here, but your comfort level is actually a little bit more like this. So it really makes a difference. So these first 2 people in your squad, guys, your realtor and your lender, these are going to be your main anchors in this transaction, okay? And you are buying something. This is a transaction, and don't be offended if somebody calls it a transaction. It's not that we're making you a number by any means, but this is a transaction. There are negotiations, and you need these 2 people to be in your corner with you. Okay, so we've got under contract. Yes, we found the house. Woohoo! And all the paperwork is getting sorted out. Wonderful. Now what? Oh my gosh, there's more people that need to be involved with this? Yes, there's a lot of hands in the honey pot, okay? So next thing we want to do is find you a home inspector. Please trust your realtor with the home inspector. Do your research too, don't get me wrong, but I know I have a home inspector, a couple of them, but one in particular that I absolutely adore. He is so great about how he goes through each house, goes through each room. He's very methodical, and the way that he talks to my clients and even talks to me is very professional and very knowledgeable. And he even gives his cell phone number at the end of the meeting at the end of the inspection if you have any questions afterward, which I think is a really special touch. So make sure you find somebody that you has really good reviews. I think that's really important. And I also would definitely take a referral from your realtor. Okay, we've gone through the home inspection. That's great. You are going to have another person in here. There is another person in here that you will need to pick as the buyer, and that is the title company, also called a settlement company. These are kind of your worker bees in the background. They're doing your title checks and making sure everything's in line with the paperwork, and they will perform your settlement when that day comes. Again, I think I would take a referral from your realtor, but again, that just makes that realtor even more important as you're deciding who you want to go with and why and that sort of thing. One thing that I didn't mention is always try and stay as local as possible. And I mean that with all of your squad, really. A local lender, a local realtor, and everybody else who knows the area, knows the counties, knows the state, knows what to look for, what not to look for, do's and don'ts, taxes. I mean, there's a ton of different things that actually vary from county to county in each state. So really look for the most local that you can. I think that's going to be the best way to go. Okay, sellers. I know. The buyers have a ton of people on their squad, okay? Sellers, you really have one key person, and that is your realtor. Now you're thinking, oh my gosh, well, I have one key person. What if I make the wrong choice? What if we don't get along? I don't know. I get it. I really do. Again, go local. Go with somebody who has a great marketing background. Somebody who maybe you've seen their listings before and thought, wow, that house looks really good. Especially in that picture, I really kind of want to go see it, and I'm not even on the market. Those are the realtors you really want to catch. Somebody who has, at least in this area, and when I say this area, I'm in Frederick, Maryland. So I would say somebody who is doing professional photography, maybe somebody who's doing some extra touches, extra brochures, doing some extra mail outs for you, and definitely spending that money online. But Kat, what about the appraiser? Well, we can't really choose the appraiser. I'm sorry. And that's both with the seller and the buyer. So what happens is the buyer's lender will order the appraisal. Now, that doesn't mean they're picking their appraiser either. It is all done kind of via a lottery system, and it's whoever gets it, gets it. And so the appraiser will go out to the seller's home, look around, and depending on the type of loan, we'll pick out certain things, maybe safety hazards, things like that, that need to be taken care of prior to closing. It's not a full-blown inspection. And appraisals is something that we will talk about in another video. But that's kind of the overall view, is we can't choose that person. Sellers, when you're talking to your realtor, a couple of things I would ask is about their marketing. And I would also ask, hey, do you attend the appraisal meeting? Should I be there? Etc. You do want somebody who's going to be there and bat for you during the appraisal process. That was a pretty good overview of who all you need in your corner, whether you're a buyer or a seller. Now, here are 3 things I look for when I'm talking to clients, because as much as you are interviewing me, I'm kind of interviewing you as well. And I don't mean that in a mean way at all. But if I can work with people that give me these 3 things, it makes my job so much better, so much more enjoyable. And I feel like I really developed some really amazing relationships along the way. Number 1 for me is going to be trust. I do need for my clients to trust me, at least on some level. A good foundation of trust must be made. And I use this word a lot because I'm a member of the National Association of Realtors. I take this word very seriously, and the word is ethical or ethics. We need to be ethical in our dealings. If we are ever found to be prejudiced, stereotyping, steering in any way, it's something that if I'm not ethical, my license gets taken away. Now, I get it. There's a ton of scams, fraud, etc. I definitely try to do everything I can to make sure that that doesn't happen to my clients. Something new always does pop up. Every transaction's a little different. Every house is a little different, and all the people, everybody's a little different in how they handle things. So have a little faith in the system, have a little faith in me. I feel like I'm creating a song. Those are pretty good lyrics, but have a little faith in the world. I think that's really going to help you, because there's going to be a lot of ups and downs in any transaction. Some are really smooth, though, I have to say. So I've had quite a few that have gone really smooth for me this year already, and I'm kind of like, what's going to go wrong? I'm trying to think of everything in my mind. What is going to go wrong? And nothing went wrong. It was like the smoothest thing ever. And I would think back at those transactions, and I think back at those people and the houses, and I'm like, what was different? And I think the trust was there. I trusted my client to, get the paperwork that they needed together and do their part. And they trusted me to do my part. And it all really came together very, very well. Number 2, and I kind of touched on this on my first trust conversation, but listening and acting. It's kind of 2 things, but they kind of go hand in hand. I do need somebody who's going to listen to me and take what I'm saying with real consideration. I'm not trying to do anything that's wrong. I'm always trying to do the right thing, and I'm always trying to keep you on a deadline. I'm always trying to do things. So especially when we go under contract, there are going to be deadlines. Know that. Be ready for that. You find the house that you like, we get everything negotiated and signed off. I mean, there are things that I'm going to need from you. So listen to what I'm asking you. Just as I feel that I've listened to you and tried to get your needs situated and found you the house that you want, and negotiated our way through, now it's time I need to take kind of the reins now. I need to take the reins. I need you to give me certain things within certain time frames. And I got to tell you, I am not a procrastinator. I don't like procrastination. My husband's the worst at it, but we get along. I do understand it, but give me things as soon as you can, because we are on a deadline and I'm trying to do everything I can to keep you on it. Number 3, understanding. This is another big one. And it kind of also goes with trust too. I mean, trust is really the biggest foundation in any relationship that you have, whether it's personal or professional, or even acquaintances. I mean, there's got to be some kind of trust there that you're like, okay, I think you're cool. I kind of get where you're going with this, and let's buy a house, Kat. But understanding is going to be another big one, because not everything is going to go your way. And that's okay. And I really mean that. Things always happen for a reason, in real estate especially, because it's a lengthy process and a lot of things have to go right. So when something goes very, very wrong, I tend to believe that there is a reason for that. So what I need for you to do is hang in there with me. Trust me, I want you to find a house too. I want to sell the house too. But we need to work together. If we don't find the buyer right away, it's okay. We will figure things out. And you need to have somebody on your team, on your side, who's going to work with you through these downsides, and then hopefully get you sold. Well, thank you so much for watching. Please comment below with any questions that you may have. I will answer them to the best of my abilities. Keep in mind, my license is only in 2 states. It does vary from state to state, but these are general tips on how to get your real estate squad up and running full speed ahead to get you into that dream house or get you out of that dream house. All right, guys, have a good one. We'll see you later.